Hi everyone, Jess Martin here, and welcome to day 3 of Your Questions Answered. Sandra asks, is it necessary to train a 2-on-2-off contact first before you do a running contact? If so, how do you do this? How do you make the transition between running and stopping?
Hi Sandra, it's not necessary to teach a 2-on-2-off or stopped contact before you teach a running contact. I do have a tendency to teach running contact behaviors before I train my stop, but that doesn't mean you have to do it that way. With my duck toller, she had a beautiful 2-on-2-off, but I decided to change it to a running contact. And she did end up with a very successful running contact with that transition. For my border collie, I started with a running contact and decided that a 2-on-2-off would suit us both a lot better. So with him, I transitioned from the running to the stop contact. So whichever way you want to do that transition, you can definitely achieve that successfully. One of the most important things to keep in mind when you're retraining contacts or you're making that kind of transition is have a clear picture of what you want. Try to imagine the perfect contact in your head. What does it look like? Imagine all the details. It's really important to have that clear picture. Otherwise, you're not sure what you're training towards. If you're going from a stopped contact to a running contact, the first thing that I do is I have to break down the behavior and get the dog to run. Usually what I do here is I start on an object that doesn't really resemble the dog walk. Pieces of flat carpet are great for this, or even a flat board, and I have the dog run to a food target or to a toy that's been thrown, and I encourage them with my voice, run, 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 get it, get it, get it, just to help create the excitement so that they don't want to go into that 2-on-2-off position. Once you have this transition, you have the dog running full speed across the board or the carpet runner, now you can start putting that onto an actual contact board. I usually do it quite low. Again, throwing my toy and encouraging my dog to chase it. If you're going from a running contact to a stopped contact, I make sure that my dog has a really good understanding of the position that I want them to be in. Again, I train this on objects that don't look like the dog walk because you don't have the history here. Okay, so if you have the history of a running contact on the dog walk board and you're trying to train the new behavior on the dog walk board, you're competing with the previous history the dog already has. So instead, I teach the dog to do their 2-on-2-off behavior on other objects like Rubbermaid bins, travel planks, things like that that aren't actually a contact behavior. Okay, so you're not actually using the contacts to retrain in either way. This can help the dog break down the old behavior and start giving you the chance to add the new behaviors in. From Agile Dog Training, this is Jess Martin. Stay tuned tomorrow where I'm going to answer more of your questions.